G'day everyone, and welcome to a very familiar rover in a very unfamiliar place. I am here on the planet Arcadia, which is a terrible hellscape of a place at night. With Scrapyard in my new version of Scrapyard, which includes a bunch of things that the old one didn't. Including things such as stuff you can do with the economy stations. Now this is a modded planet, the textures are different, it seems like a pretty cool setting for a Scrapyard playthrough. I have the location of Marmot Jungle. Sorry, Marmot Jungle? Yeah, sure, we'll call it that. That works, why not? It's close enough. At night, terrible weathers happen, including lightning strikes that will destroy and damage all my stuff, so I need to keep moving. There's also the Wasteland Tire Thieves mod, which means I need to keep moving. So this is Scrapyard nomadic style. Under a little bit of pressure. I don't actually know which way's east or west right now. I need to finish... Wait, do I? I have a programmable block. I can find out which way is east and west. Excellent. So, we are going to go programmable block, edit, browse, wait for this to populate, compass. Oh yeah, I've got food too. Add compass, that's right. There we go. We have a compass. I'm heading east. Oh. I don't want to go east. I want to go west. West is way to go. Because west means I keep in the daylight. Right? Is that right? Yeah, I want to chase the sunset. Do I have food or do I need food? I need food and I have a small amount of hardtack. I had something for this. This'll do. Hardtack. I don't know if that comes through the mic or not, but... There's a data pad in my seat and it leads to Marmot Jungle. Which is now what I'm just going to call that. I wish I could rename the GPS for it. But if I head that way, I'm heading to nighttime. So I need to go round the planet the other way. And hope that I find some useful scrap along the way. Or another trade station. There could be up to 3 or more on this planet. Came through, but not as much as real hardtack would. Perfect. So yeah, this is Scrapyard with food, with bad nights, with evil tire thieves, and with some other new things that are going to get added as I go along. So the first time I did Scrapyard, I did a single player series on stream where each week I added more things to it. We got new spawns, we got new changes, and that's what's going to happen here. And I'm hoping you guys will be able to help me add those things. So what I'm going to do while this series runs is I'm going to be putting out little build challenges and getting people to submit ideas for those builds for those specific things, and the ones that I think suit the theme and aesthetic of Scrapyard the best, I'll be integrating to the mod that week and showing off on stream the ones that I've picked. Which all the core functional bits of that will happen on Discord because that's where it's easiest. So, yeah, that's the plan. I'm hoping I see some sort of scrap show up, because I did set the spawns to be fairly aggressive. And... oh, mushroom. I thought I would have seen something by now. And yes, it is 5 AM here. Oh, Okay, so we got a Wasteland Tire Thieves thing. So they are, the spawns are happening. Just gotta get lucky and spot something. This is single player because I am playing with offline mods so that I can keep developing. Now, one of the reasons I chose to do this as a nomadic series was I thought it'd be fun. Another reason is it's a really weird thing that happens when you try and update a mod that messes with the vanilla economy stuff. You have to recreate, like I literally to see any of the changes that I make, I have to make an entirely new save. Or start with a save that doesn't have economy enabled in it yet. Which is pain. So if I'm in a nomadic playthrough, I can just copy paste my grid into the new save. No, this is not testing for wrong way, no. I know what I'm doing for the next runway already. I'm gonna get a bit more speed. 60 kilometers an hour is not enough. We're going really slow. Just trying to keep an eye on the horizon and see if something pops up that I just haven't seen. Oh, that's what's going to happen, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have enough speed to roll properly, exactly. Oh, hang on. Oops, front left, front right. No, brake is off. Good, good. So, how long until I roll this rover? I don't know. This starter rover is very easy to roll. Now, one of the things, if I can make it round to the trade station, one of the things that I've added to it is the ability to do salvage missions and search missions that are Scrapyard specific. Oh, you've got to have a jank starter rover, because you've got to give the player the ability to improve something, right? That's why this is so bad. I'm still mostly west. And that's why it's got one funny wheel. Well, yeah, it's got one wasteland wheel, the rest of them normal wheels. All very deliberate decisions. Yeah, the planet is very suited for rovers. It's possibly too suited for rovers. We'll see how easy it makes it and if I need to make the daytime shorter. Because if I do, then I'll do that. Oh, 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 oh. What is? There is something ahead and I don't know what it is. Oh, how am I going to see that better? 500 meters away. Nope. That's a tire thieves thing. Hope. Thanks, Boron. Thank you for the 3 months, and thank you, Robob. Thank you for the gift sub. And Carl Beveridge, thank you very much for the 10 months. Unidentified wreck. Feels like it's a trap. Where's my gun? It's in my seat. I do have a gun. I'm just gonna quickly check the entity list to make sure that my Huh. We're getting all Wasteland Tire Thieves things. That's where we were getting scrap for. Wonder if it's dominating the spawn list and I have to fiddle with something. Thanks Infamous Ronan, thank you for 17 months. So there's going to be a bit of troubleshooting mods. My mod. During this. Do I still have creative on? I do. Should probably turn that off. Yeah, if it's all tire thieves, I may have to turn that mod off and see if I can get some actual scrapyard, because otherwise this is just going to be me running away until I run out of power. Roll counter equals 0. Yes, yes. 30 mile. That's pure nonsense. When you're trying to check whether something's even working, you have to do things like checking the entity list. What I might have to do is we're going to check by doing a massive spawn spam. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I know how we can do this. Let's see if there are eligible spawns. See if it's actually eligible to get the scrap stuff. Ah. That's gonna be the problem. There's your problem. I think I need to get rid of the... I think I need to blacklist these things, because there's only one scrapyard to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different installation spawns. Poop. Okay. So, I should be able to do that. Save blocks. Spawn blacklist. And then we will blacklist all of theirs. So we get scrap, but we get their roaming things, which is what I wanted. I wanted their roaming ones, not their station ones. Then we do a reload. Then it should be good. See, we're learning. Because what I wanted from the tire thieves was the ones that would chase me, not the ones that would just shoot me when I happen to wander nearby. Thanks, 2-Bit Hacker. Thank you for the Prime sub. I think there are other ways to make MES balance between the mods, so it just, instead of whichever one has the most spawns is the one that spawns the most, there's a way to make it so it just picks one mod, then the other mod, then the other mod, but I don't remember how to do that. So this is the method I remember, so I'm going to go with this one to do something that I'm pretty confident will work for now, as the quickest way for us to actually get this series going, as my food is dwindling right now. It is slowly depleting, and that is not good. How many more do I need? One more. Give it. Yeah, I'll try and look into better ways to balance this for next time, which will be tomorrow. Now, hopefully that didn't just reset that. Yeah, I also noticed the NPC Wreck Shack name. Yeah, cool. That looks good. Let's do this. Thanks, 2-Bit Hacker. Thank you for the Prime sub. If you like shortcuts, Alt-Shift-Down on VS Code duplicates the current line down. Ah! I'm gonna try and remember that. That's... seems like it could be useful. Alright, let's get driving, because we need to get some spawns happening. Yes, combine... Oh, Kane! Hang on. Why you like this, Kane? Why you want us to have... I haven't replaced my unknown signals yet. It's in... this one. I haven't replaced the unknown signals yet for Scrapyard, so that is one of the things I'm planning on doing. Making them... replacing them so that I can have unknown signals re-enable themselves and not mess with the balance of Scrapyard. So that's something that's going to be coming in a future week. I just didn't get around to it this time because I was focused on making sure that the economy station was useful enough and not ridiculously generous. No! No Twitch integrations! The microphone shouldn't be having issues. I'm pretty sure I fixed the problem. I tested it a bunch. Oh, now you're making me worry about other things. No, I think I fixed the thing. I was using a plugin as a noise filter, and that plugin broke. So I've removed it, and that should fix the issues that I was having during the Mission Improbable recording. Come on, give me some stuff. Am I still heading west? West enough. Oh. Oh, I hope I get to the end of this mountain range at some point. I don't fancy having to drive through that. No, I wasn't planning on having you guys call in meteor strikes in a scrapyard setting. One where I can't make my own ammunition? Nuh-uh. That seems like a bad idea. This is not Pertum. This planet is called Arcadia. It is very rover-friendly, except for the bits that it isn't. Come on, Scrapyard. Start appearing, please. Oh, they're all behind me. I'm just going to get rid of these just to make sure that it's not doing something weird. The planet's 120 kilometer diameter, the standard. It's got some nice custom textures for the Scrapyard aesthetic though, which is why I liked it. Can meteors be modded to have fallen debris that could be salvaged? I have no idea. Oh, there we go. Scrap found. Heading just a bit off east. Does the planet have sandworms? No, I haven't added the sandworms. I have been considering adding crew enabled and see what happens with that. And Enra, at the moment, no big changes to the MES part. The changes that I've done to Scrapyard for today are almost entirely separate to MES. As in, I've made a sort of almost functional Scrapyard. You could argue you could do Scrapyard now without MES. At all. I'm not going for a non-MES one. No, I'm just going to have a non-MES portion of it, which I could then post to mod.io for console users to play. So that console players can get a stripped down, stripped back Scrapyard that's still hopefully fun. Okay, what do we have here? Now normally I'd be really excited that I found a warehouse. But I can't make that my home. But there might be enough stuff here for me to build a trailer and do some upgrades on this thing. And there's another settlement over that way. Good. Let's see what we have. Oh, should probably grab my tools. Is there a gun in here? Oh, there is. Run, 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 run. Oh, not jetpack. Crouch. Fat-fingered. Okay. We're good. We have a battery. That is very handy. A fully charged battery to start with. Excellent. Oh no. Oh no. 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 A ton of grabby hands. I can't remember which turrets work and which ones don't. I have got multiple variants. Some work, some don't. They meant that to be that way. Okay. That is the problem with my lesser set of mods, as in fewer set of mods. I can build rotors. This is standard Scrapyard rules, not grind to learn rules. Now, where am I most easily going to get the right grabby hands settings? Because I got to make this Scrapyard settings not... Actually, should I make it Scrapyard settings for the grabby hands, or should I make it just normal? Let's try it with normal for a bit and see if it feels like it's too easy. Because maybe I went a bit too harsh on the grabby hands and forced people to use cranes for a little too much. Do you use... No. And progression in Scrapyard is entirely because you have to find the blocks. There's no unlocking of things, there's nothing. It's just, if you haven't found the blocks, you can't do things. It's a completely separate progression mindset to the usual play. Yep, because you can't build them. Exactly. Oh man, he's advanced welding not- oh man. I'm not winning with this, my big chunk of mods not working. There's gonna be a heap of stuff missing. Oh boy. Acid Fog Scrapyard grabby hands were brutal. Yeah. I think that vanilla is too much, but I think my weakened ones were too much the other way. There's some midpoint that I think is going to be about right. I think being able to lift a small grid gyro, good. Being able to move around a large grid battery, not good. Well, yeah, Vesic, that's one of the things that would be very difficult for someone on console, is that you would be playing Scrapyard without all of the fancy things. How am I going to get that mag plate that is under this? I would be happy that I had a large cargo container, but I have no means to transfer that, so no, I'm not. Have I got any food in any of these? Food? Where is food? Oh. 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 Something. Well. No food in those. That building doesn't have any cargo. What about this one over here? Oh, what the? No, no, no! There are spiders here! I did not know there were spiders here!
Meteor storm
okay.
inbound.
Okay. That's not good. No. No. Go away. Go away. Go away. I need to equip my weapon. I can't equip my weapon. I'm gonna get eaten. Oi! Get off! Get off! Oh no. I can't remember if this thing does damage. I think it does do damage to cockpits. Okay. There we go. I really need to find an MR58 because I've got some more magazines for that one. And... yeah, alright. What am I going to do here? I need to think about what's going to be most useful parts to put in the rover. I think that's going to be metal grids. Put the ammo in. Computers, yes. Small steel tubes, yes. So small steel tubes, large steel tubes. That's what I need to collect now. The other bits can wait. Might want girders? Maybe? I don't know. I have some food now, but I don't think I can eat it unless I get the ability to cook it. Check if there's damage to cockpit. Probably not a bad idea. There is not. Okay, good. You said you wanted food and a finger on the monkey's paw curled. Nice. Yep. That's just... this is just such a slow way of getting materials from the doors. Oh. Yeah. Might have forgotten to add food cooking to the survival kit. Whoopsie! Should probably do that. We probably need to make a list of things I need to do. Hang on. Let's put that in my little Discord notes for Scrapyard. Should skits be able to cook? They probably should. No, there's no solar on the roof of this one. Solar is going to be key. There is that battery though, so I've got to... I should merge down the battery first. Which means... let's get... these guys. Oh! Oh boy. Is this how often these guys are going to be coming? I'm going to have to be a good shot. Because I'm not going to have enough ammo to shoot all these guys. I'm going to have to run some of them down. Ugh. That's going to be tricky. Okay, so step one I think is going to be lengthen, widen the wheelbase. That's what I got to do. That's got to be the first thing. So I need a computer and some small steel tubes, and need a motor. Can you make the poor man's pistol? Nope. Nope. Maybe I should make a recipe for ammo that uses scrap metal? I'm doing this because I'm... oh, that's not the best way to get bulletproof glass. There's other ways. What have you got in you? Nothing useful. What about... oh wait, I think I'm actually going to have to grind down the door. Doesn't need motors. I don't see anything else around here that has motors, unless maybe this tube does. Nope. 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 And yes.
Inventory full.
Now I just need a computer. Which should come from this. I don't need a custom turret controller for a while, so we'll grind it down.
Inventory full.
I don't need all that scrap metal. I can pick up more of that easily enough. Thanks, Jim Joe. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, basic pistol ammo, and maybe I'll make the basic pistol worse. Oh boy. Not knowing how long I've got before the next spider arrives makes me extra stressed. That's a standard suspension. Yeah, we'll just go with... longer and a single block wider, I think. Conveyors. Connector. It's gonna be interesting trying to do the upgrade to large grid whenever I feel I'm in a position to do that. Because trying to upgrade to large grid while having to keep mobile, especially when you know that there's just so many bits for large grid that require so much material. Now, I'm not going to be able to build all these wheels. I know this. But it's still good to place them down, I think. Same ammo, you could get a hinge connected to a giant spider squishing hammer. Perhaps I will. I've got to go odd symmetry because I'm almost certainly going to need to do a trailer at some point. And I don't want to wrap my head around how to do an even width trailer hitch. Because I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I'm also pretty sure down that path madness lies. Yeah, Beef, there would be ways to make a gravel gun equivalent pistol. Most of that would involve creating a new hand item though, so I didn't really want to go down that route. If I could avoid it. I'd prefer to not be doing that level of extra modding. The less I deviate from vanilla, the more likely this mod set is to be robust enough to changes that King make. Okay, gonna need some large steel tubes, which I don't have any of here, but maybe there is in the other buildings. I figure get everything that I can into this while it's up on the piston. Well, that's probably enough. Now cut it down. We've got our new wheels on. Oh, steering off.
Energy low.
Steering off. Brake off. Steering 5. That usually works reasonably well. Can we have a teaser for the next Wrong Way series? No. The teaser is that it's coming. 5 rounds per spider. Oh boy. I have 3 magazines remaining. I'll give you this much. It is going to be a lot easier to know what the rules are than it was for Wrong Way Out. How's that? Is that better? Is that enough? This Wrong Way Out had too many rules and it was too confusing. Okay, clearing this out. Now I need to get a little platform down. And we're going to merge the new battery onto here. I tried that at Enra. It was still a problem. I did try doing explainer videos. It didn't work. It was my own fault. I made the rules too complicated. Because I was trying to do... There was a very specific thing I had in mind, and that's not the way to do things. The way to do things is to let it happen. Okie dokie. Don't know why I put that there.
Energy critical.
Hooray! We now have good battery power on the rover for a bit longer. Question, why so strong? Well, I was asking myself that earlier, and I think in terms of fun, I took things too far the other way for the previous Scrapyard iteration. Forcing people to use cranes a little too soon. Is the coming darkness instant death, or is it very spicy moments? I don't know how quickly it becomes a problem, but I know that as soon as you get into the night, terrible weather starts to hit you, and that weather contains lightning that damages you and your grid. The Ronco was epic, yeah. I'm annoyed at how good the Ronco was. I solved all of the problems way too quickly and was like, oh, whoops. This was necessary, but also, oh. Now, we have actual small grid storage blocks, so I don't have to cheese this with connectors. Because we now can use storage bins. Though I could have used barrels. I think storage bins are more efficient, though. Especially if I place them sideways like so. We can get a little bit of extra storage on here. For a few bits and pieces. Yep. There is a new scrapyard coming. And it's going to have economy, it's going to have new scrap, hopefully an entirely new way of spawning things that is less performance dependent. Because for any of you who've played Scrapyard and ended up seeing the delete this block things, that's a performance issue. MES runs into an issue where it can't perform the deletion tasks in time. Okay, I want that sorter. Yes, I do. Give me all the good bits. What about you? Do you have any good bits? No. Alright. bad. First haul. The big chests are not small grid, no. They are large grid only. Okay, before I leave... Nope, that was some small steel tubes. Let's grab those. It's got nothing. There was nothing left inside there. This had nothing good. These were all pretty much just construction components and things. The freight doesn't have anything useful. Grinding down the doors takes too long. Let's get a bit of glass. Yeah, the storage bins are great for Scrapyard. To have a small grid storage option that's not piped is perfect Scrapyard stuff. Okay, that'll be enough glass for a little bit, I think. The container might not be empty. Oh, right. Yeah, you're correct. All right. That's a good point. Ah! Hang on. I got a survival kit. I can take a bit of damage. And save myself some ammo. Oh, not that much damage. Ooh. You hurt, buddy. I don't think I can win a grinder war against you. Ow. Yeah, barrels are a bit bulky, I find. That's why I think the storage boxes are great. How long is the day-night cycle? Well, it might be too long. I set it to 6 hours. So it's possible that's too long. And that I need to make it, shorter. I wasn't sure what to set it to for the first stream.
Inventory full.
There was nothing in there. So I set it to be longer. 2 hours is going to be too short. Because I would... To drive... What is it? So... In 2 hours I would have to drive, like, what, 360 kilometers? Oh, speaking of driving. And away... Oh, the spawn was over that way. But I want to drive away from the bad guys. So I'm going this way. Ooh. I didn't really check this building properly. I got time. Thanks, Monomic. Thank you for the bribe sub. That's some more small steel tubes. I think I've got on a small steel tubes for a little while. You got nothing. You've got a power cell. I'll take that. You've got food! Yes! I'm excited by that for 2 reasons. One, it means my modding of adding the food to the to the loot pile works. But 2, means I've got food. Food goes in the cockpit. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there are motors in the mag plates, that's true. Should grab those quickly from this roller thing. Yeah. Done. Let's get away from the bad guy. Oh, it already feels more stable, this thing. East. Due east is this way. Was there a solar panel on that? Did I just miss the solar panel on the roof because I forget to look up? The awning. Was the awning... solar... Oh, it is a solar panel. Okay. Alright then. We need a rotor. We can't use it yet, so I don't need to worry about putting a rotor on it yet. What I will do... is give myself a way to climb up to the roof of my rover. Oh no, I want to go west, not east, don't I? Man, have I been going the wrong way the whole time? Or just then? I want to go west. You are absolutely correct. West is the correct direction. I want to go towards the sunset. So my thought... Oh no. I hate it. The solar panel is going to make it impossible to drive. I wonder if I can stick it onto the side. No, you want to drive a... You want to... That sounded like more than one. Oh, what the... I was correct. That was more than one. I'm going to be out of ammo soon, and I'm not going to be able to fight these guys. No, I want to drive towards the sunset, because that's chasing the sun. At sunset, which is the correct direction. That's what I was hoping would happen. No, Mr. Fibble, I can't be in the night at all. Being in the night at all is bad. I have to stay in the sun all the time. Gotta be in the sun. Let's try this. See how terribly this goes. Ah! That wasn't fun. Now this needs to go high enough that the wheels aren't going to interact with it. That should be good. Alrighty. Westward ho! Stupid tree. But yes, for those who have joined late, this series is me playing with my new Scrapyard stuff. That'll be in development as the series goes on, where I have Frosty's mod that makes the nights have awful, awful weather that will kill me and destroy my stuff, and the Wasteland Tire Thieves, just to add some extra Scrapyard spice. Frosty's mod is called Afraid of the Dark. Man, that solar panel just shows how ridiculously big... Oh, there's something over here I gotta go to. Ridiculously big large grid stuff is compared to small grid. There's something else ahead, too. Oh, no, that's just a tree. This, however, it's like a wind turbine or something. Might sound like the weak one, but I vote for removing the spiders. Well, the spiders will be fine if I can find an MR-50A rifle. If I can find the good rifle, the cinematic rifle, then I'm okay, because I've got more ammo for it. Like, I've got... how many magazines somewhere in here? 6 magazines. Or if I get to the trade station, then I can buy some ammo. Spiders for you guys to play with, that's up to you. I don't mind. You want to get rid of them? Get rid of them. You want to play with them? Play with them. There is nothing I want here. Feels weird to say about a wind turbine, but I'm not cutting that down and risking crushing myself for something that's not actually all that valuable. Sadly, we cannot put spikes on our wheels, much as many of us would wish we could. Now, if I keep heading a little bit north, the distance to get to the brighter time of day should be a little bit shorter, right? That's how spheres work. Now, repeat what I said a minute ago. What were we talking about? I don't remember. Sorry. Can you explain why large grid solar? Oh, right. So for anyone who hasn't played with Scrapyard or hasn't seen my Scrapyard series, what this mod does is prevent you from building most blocks. You can't build cargo blocks, you can't build thrusters, you can't build batteries, you can't build gyros, you can't build power generation blocks, you can't build assemblers, and you can't build refineries. So the way that you accumulate stuff is by going out into the world and finding those blocks. Once you find them, you can repair them and get them useful, but until you find them, or unless you find them, you cannot do anything. And so the fun of this game mode is that it turns Space Engineers into a bit of an exploration game, which Space Engineers isn't normally. And so you are encouraged to keep moving, encouraged to do things. And I think, and the engineering of trying to make something work with what you have is something that I definitely enjoy, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in that. Why is everything spawning behind me? Oh, there goes a mushroom. So that looks like a gigantic crater. So I found this solar panel block, which is a block that I can't build. Now I need to find the components to repair it so that I can use it to power my rover. And I've got to stick with solar because until I go large grid for my rover, having wind turbines doesn't really make any sense because I have to lock down to use them. Oh, I'm going back for those. There's no progression unlocks, everything is unlocked in my G menu. But the stuff that I can't build has components like this at the bottom of it. These are not manufacturable, they are not purchasable, they are not salvageable, they are not able to be obtained by the player by any means. And that means you cannot place those blocks. But they're the first block. They're the first component in the block list, so if you damage a block, you can usually repair it. So if you ground down those components, you just get scrap metal back, same way that you get scrap metal back from power cells. Nope, they cannot be bought from trade stations, and no, I have no plans on making them purchasable from trade stations. Because, to me, that bypasses the whole purpose. Doing that as a... Having that, it just bypasses everything, and I didn't want to do that. However, by having those components, it means I have some ability to dictate the cost of buying grids from a trade station that might contain a block that you are looking for. Because the way that costs are worked out in SE is it's cost based on the underlying resources put into the block. Hello? You got anything useful in you? Oh, engine. Might want to grab that. Oh, big hydrogen tank! Oh... Now is not the time. Now is really not the time for that. But it's also really the time for that. Arrgh! Oh yeah, quickly turn it into a trailer, maybe. Yeah. It's not a bad thought. Also pistol and better welder. And some construction components. How not helpful. Can I quickly turn this into a trailer? It is weirdly a static grid right now, so let's free it. And then we'll figure that out. Because yeah, turning this into a trailer is probably the quickest way to do this. Waypoint and come back for it? No, because that'll be an entire revolution of the planet by then. The survival kit in Scrapyard is modified so it can't produce a lot of the stuff that the survival kit normally can. I didn't think about the ammo side of things, and I probably should make it so you can make a pistol. Why didn't I grind down the actual doors? Because it takes forever to grind down doors? It's so slow. And I wanted this to be wider, so I could get this back. I'm gonna have to drop the solar panel off while I do this. In fact, that kind of is gonna work well, because I can put the solar panel on the truck if I do this. Please don't squish me. Yep. No! Yes, there we go. Move that out of the way. Okay, so cheap hitch. Oh wait, that's not what I want. Let's do a slightly better than a super cheap hitch. Give it a little bit of a gooseneck. Let's make it a little bit better. No! Not now! Oh, I need ammo. Yeah, that's just gonna have to use hinge limits for now. For now. Oh no. Go away. I need a better grinder. So I can actually fight them in hand-to-hand combat and then use my survival kit to repair myself. Got carried away. Cut this down too quickly. Wait, what the heck is that hinge doing? That's completely useless. That is a non-functional hinge. What am I doing? It's duplicating function. I'm rushing, that's what I'm doing. I'm rushing and not thinking. No! I'm just having brain farts left, right, and center. Okay. Now, I think if I can get this as where it attaches to, I should end up with just the back wheels as the ones that need to get wheels on them. But to do that first, I'm gonna need to grab the other vehicle and lift it. Oh, it's getting dark! Don't have time for this! But I have to make time for this. This is too useful. Foshnell, did you just have a stroke? Or did your cat attack the keyboard? Or did Auto Carrot do something weird? Has anyone ever towed something heavier than the tow vehicle itself? Yeah, look. I'm aware there are potential issues here. I was just hoping I could get the wheels on. I probably don't need to be all the way back there, but no, not what I wanted. That's better. There we go. One wheel. One wheel. I probably need to get these ones. Don't know why I'm grinding these off. I think it's just because so why I'm grinding these off is because I actually just remembered why. If I tried to just add wheel on them, it won't work at the moment because I don't own the grid. Whereas if I just place them, then the wheel gets created. Oh, no. I'll be able to get down that low? I'm not sure I will, so I'll go in this one. Go there. Yeah, I do need to bail real soon. But if I can get this truck, that's a pretty solid haul. And done super quickly too, which I think is the biggest advantage of it. All should have that height offset. Oh no. The park. Is it somehow a static grid or something? Because its wheels shouldn't have any friction, so it shouldn't be able to be maglock, like be park braked. Yeah, this is a hydrogen tank and an engine, which means if I find any little hydrogen tanks around the place, I can merge block them and drain them into this, buying myself a little bit of fuel. Hey! Okay, let's unlock that rotor a bit. Grab my solar panel. Which I'm just going to lock down here. Oh no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Ow! Oh boy. Yeah, I know I'm hungry. There we go. That bumper feels very close to the rear wheels. It does. It really does. That's going to be a problem. Let's grind a little bit of it off. I'll eat in a minute. Oh, the forced nomad is kind of fun. I wasn't expecting the spiders. they're a wrinkle that was unexpected, but the forced nomad having to chase the sun, I quite like, because it does mean you make more haphazard decisions. You're forced to just be like, well, this is good enough. Oh, there's another solar over there. Oh no! Does it... Wait, that's the same building as this one. Does this solar panel have any cells in it? Sun is getting really low. This one has no cells in it, so that's fine. I don't care about that other solar panel because it won't have any cells either, probably. Anyway, thank you for highlighting the bumper issue. I'm not sure I would have fixed that as soon if it hadn't been highlighted. Okay, now chase the sun and get some food. What have I got? Got hardtack. And I've got an unknown meal pack. Got a fruit bar. And I've got some red pellets. Let's eat the red pellets. Got the Flintstone vibe with the solar panel hanging off the side. Yeah, it does. Well, this is a pretty decent haul. I'm pretty chuffed with that. My rover's grown a lot quicker than I anticipated it would. Now I just really need to find some large steel tubes so I can finish that tank. I can get that connector built. I can rip out the cockpit on the rover that's following me on my trailer. Yeah. So one of the things that I'm working on for the update of the mod, which is actually going to be a completely new version, I'll post as a separate version so that people can have the non-economy stuff if they want it, or they can... Just because I think it'd be better to just have a completely new version for the sake of if people don't like what I've changed. But one of the things I'm working on for that is I want to dramatically increase the usefulness of solar by making it a bit easier to find. Assuming you can drive in a straight line, how fast do you need to travel to keep up with the Dawn line? So the diameter of the planet is 120 kilometers. Pi is 3.14159 blah blah blah. So let's just call it 3 to really upset some people. So it's about 360 kilometers circumference. That's if I'm going perfectly around the equator. So that's the worst it can get, pretty much. So if the sun sets, if the day length is 2 hours, I would have to go at 720 kilometers. No, I'd have to go at 360 kilometers an hour. No, 180 kilometers an hour, average speed for a 2 hour day length, which is why I didn't do that. So I think I've got the day length set to 6 hours, which means my average speed needs to be, can someone do the maths? 45 kilometers an hour? Which is kind of achievable. Or did I make it 8 hours? Maybe I made it 8 hours. I actually can't remember. With this style of play for a multiplayer world, would you end up with a herd of engineers traveling together? I think you'd end up with everybody dead as soon as they had to log off for one reason or another. Which is less than ideal, and why I probably wouldn't set up a server this way. Or a settlement at the north, at whichever pole it is, keeps sun. So the other thing to note is, because this is a modded planet, I placed it in myself, which means it's off axis. So one of the poles will be in daylight all the time, and the other one will be in perpetual darkness. It's not a lot of time for stops. Yeah, I think if it's 8 hours, I have 8 hours to go 360 kilometers. What does that work out to be? I can't do that math quickly while I'm thinking of other things. Oh. Please don't explode in my face. Please don't explode in my face. Please don't explode in my face.
Warning, enemy detected.
Oh. Give me your computers. And more ammo, but I still don't have the gun! Give me your computers. Don't have time to get anything else useful out of here. Give me your inset light. You're useless. Give me you. Beacon. Air vent. Alright, I'm done. Let's move. Oh. Yes, warning, Charlie detected. Oh, I also don't have a gyroscope yet. Because I'm using my programmable block that I would normally grind down to make my gyro work. Yeah, 45 kilometers an hour. Maybe I need the day length to be longer. Maybe I wasn't generous enough to myself. Planets do not rotate in SE. The sun orbits the planet. I think the sun technically orbits the origin, not the player. So you can get to a point where the sun is sort of not orbiting completely around you. No, there is off-axis because if the planet is not placed on the perfect rotational plane, then it goes above or below where the sun is rotating, therefore some of the planet will always be dark. So it behaves the same as off-axis. Thought I said the sun revolves around the orange man. Oh, that's what he'd believe. Truck does not have gyro. Nope. I mean, it has a gyro block. Oh. I have a gyro on the truck that I took, but not on mine. Interesting. You're going approximately 100 kilometers an hour, so if you need to be at 45 to keep up, that's a good margin. Yeah, so for every minute I'm driving, I'm giving myself a probably 30 seconds of pause. Which probably isn't quite enough, but let's see. Repair the red truck. Turn the red truck into the truck and the rover into the trailer. No. I have a tendency in crashes to lose my trailer, not my truck. So I want the survival kit on the truck. No, black sheep. The jalopy does not need giant large grid wheels. You and your monster trucks. They were pretty cool. Will night storms destroy the spawns behind you? I think they'll just despawn. Maybe? I should probably turn cleanup off. Should I? I don't know. Probably don't need to turn cleanup off because I'm nomading. So I can just leave it on. so annoying that that's behind me. I so wanted to get to a trade station today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. That one's way too far behind me. Ooh. Oh, okay. This looks like a potentially not very navigable path. I might need to deviate to my right. No beef. I disagree on that. Cleanup breaks Scrapyard, so it has to be disabled. It breaks it unless you're playing a Nomad playstyle. Cleanup is just, you can't use it for Scrapyard. Some people have made some cleanup mods, which worked similar to how we did it on the server for the series, which is very cool. But no, cleanup is usually off. Has to be assumed to be off because the game doesn't work otherwise. There's no other way. Have to stop at some point to build at least? Yep. So I've done a couple of stops, as you can see, because I've collected some things. But I sort of need to get myself some more headroom so I can stop again and see what I've got got the stuff to be able to repair. And rebuild and adjust and improve. See if I can move the gyro from the truck to from the trailer to the truck. It is hard to tell if I'm making any headway on the sun, isn't it? There's probably some way we could get an idea. Oop. Slidey slide. So how long is the shadow compared to the truck? That's one way to look. Right now, heading directly into the sun, I would say it's about 1.5 vehicle lengths, including the trailer. So that's something to work from at least, I guess. Oh, that's a tree. I am also heading a bit north because I'm trying to not go perfectly west in order to hopefully get to a shorter path. Need to have a mast sticking up as a sundial, yes. Some sort of measurement device. Stick a couple of blocks up and see how far along the truck it gets. How far the shadow goes. No, there's no way to show solar time without the compass mod. And I wanted to not use the compass mod. Good morning, Toby. He's trying to show me his helmet. Wow! It lights up. That's very cool, little dude. I am going to crash into something, I'm sure. See you, little bud. Which direction am I heading? I'm heading towards some madness. Mushrooms killed 3. Yep. I can't do anything with the mushrooms anyway. If I find fruit, that'll be worth it, but I can't do anything with the mushrooms. We somehow lost his helmet for his bike. I say we because it could have either been me or my other half. And so bought him a new helmet, and it's one of those ones with the light up spine, dinosaur spine across the top. Need more distance. I think I need more speed. I think we need to risk it. Need to risk it. So, because everything spawns behind me, I need to get quite a distance ahead of the sun. Yeah, Catopia has a cleanup mod. If I get to the... There's probably not much testing that I can do with a cleanup mod here. But I was thinking of including one of the cleanup mods in an eventual scenario once I'm happy with where the version 2 of the Scrapyard is up to. Oh! There we go, that's not too far deviated from the path. Excellent, something else to check out. Those turns scare you when you see the trailer whip. You're not alone! It scares me too! Because these speeds, that could go very, very wrong very, very quickly. But if I didn't go these speeds, other things would go very, very wrong. So I'm perfectly trapped where I intended to trap myself. Between scrap and death. Road trains are meant to go straight, not turn. This is true. Alright, have we got anything useful? We've got a survival kit with a medical component. We've got... anything in the wheels? Any motors? No. Ow. Wait, where'd the... There was a... There was a drop box. Where'd it go? Weird. I don't... Oh, I should probably try and get this battery. Any hitch rotor braking friction? No, but there should be. There probably should be. Oh, I need more storage crates. It's totally going to get in the way of the connector. That's going to be really annoying. I do need to grind this all the way out. I'm not going to worry about this O2, this hydrogen tank just now. I'll come across plenty of them in the future, hopefully. I'm just going to cut it out for the moment. Those bins are 500 litres, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Yeah. So 2 of those is the same as a barrel, and they take up heaps fewer cubes than a barrel does. And I'm itching for a better grinder. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't just use the grind to detach straight away on that, it is because I don't think it would have worked. I had to make sure that the grid had no ownership first. This scenario is not downloadable for others to play because the mods are still very much in development, and so much so that they're actually only offline only at the moment. But it might be, and when I'm more happy with where they're at, when they feel more complete, then I'll make them public. Come on. Just trying to make a quick spot to put the battery for the moment. We'll just go with this. I do not need small cargo containers. They are just annoying. Well, that's not too bad. Got a little bit of work done on the truck there, cutting off the back. Got a couple of motors here. And is there any large steel tube in that? Nope. Some mag plates in the roof. And off we go. All right, rotor. Little bit of braking torque. Let's go 1,000. That should stabilize it a little bit, stop it from getting too flap happy. Avoid the tank slapper, which is more literal for this vehicle than a lot of my other ones, because it's the tank on the back. I picked up a bunch of glass from the warehouse, so hopefully I don't need to worry too much about glass right now. So one of the things I do need to do, one of the reasons I do need to go and investigate these wrecks is because they are my only source of food. Unless I get to the trade station, I need to go and scrap these wrecks and try and find food on them. Oh yes, one perfectly in front of me. And it is random whether they will include food. What happens when night comes? Bad weather. Very bad weather. That includes lightning and stuff that will kill me and destroy my grids. It's using Frosty's Afraid of the Dark mod. It was a mod he made originally for something that Wasted was going to do, but never ended up doing. And I've wanted to use it for ages, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to use it. I'm not sure I can successfully survive a night. So this is Pure nomad. Is the wreck somewhere up in that little hill there? No. It is the billboard right here. Is that a solar panel billboard or is that a different one? That is an LCD billboard. I don't remember if there's anything useful in that. Whoopsie. I need to land it on the truck. Construction components. No. Nothing useful. So this is Mad Max Jawa Riddick. Sure. So one of the reasons it's not solar scorching is Space Engineers is more fun to play in daylight than it is to play in darkness. Especially for a live stream. Increase that braking torque a bit. Because then we can all see things. Much nicer to be able to see. Pitch Black, not Riddick. I can't remember, it's been decades since I watched those. How's the sundial looking? Worse. I would say worse. I'd say I'm at 2 full vehicle lengths now, not 1.5. But I did stop and get an extra battery, so it was expected to be worse. I wonder if there's fruit somewhere in a different biome on this planet, if I can get to a different biome. You are correct, Daz. That's why I haven't been completely driving directly at the sun. I've been sort of keeping slightly to the north, and that's why I've been staying in this grassy area. If I hit the desert, which I know runs in a full band around the planet, I know I've gone too far. But it is possible that I'm heading to the wrong side, and I'm making things worse, not better. I don't know enough. But I'm sort of keeping on this side because I think this is the side that will that'll get me to Marmot Jungle. Marmoset Jungle. Marmot? Yeah, Marmot. Neb, this is a modded planet, so world seems whatever the mod author did. TLP, I'm using the version of Afraid of the Dark that Frosty specifically suggested I use. Because I asked him about it. I was like, hey, I'm planning on using this. Which one do you reckon what should I be doing here? Is there anything I should be aware of? Is there anything I should do? And he linked me one that I should use. And he did some updates to it. To make it workable. There we go. Frosty confirmed, I'm using version 2. And I missed Frosty's earlier comment. The mod is called Afraid of the Dark, because you should be. And I am. I'm also afraid of the spiders. I'm afraid of what's going to happen with the spiders when I run out of ammo, is probably more accurate. I'm not afraid of them if I've got ammo. Five shots and I was taking them down. It's just, I've only got enough ammo and the correct weapon for that ammo to take down about another 5 or 6 spiders. Well, I may not run out because I might get lucky and find the correct rifle. Or find some ammo for my pistol. You throw boxes of spiders using grabby hands. I probably can. I don't know if it does meaningful damage, but I probably can pick up a small grid steel block and just fling it at them. Just ping them with it. I'm less concerned about direct player damage than I am about grid damage. This is Scrapyard after all. You can respawn yourself as many times as you need. You cannot get the parts quickly. There we go, look at that. That's definitely an improvement. Not by as much as I'd have hoped, but it is an improvement. Make large grid plates and lure them onto the plate and yeet them away. Yeah, that might actually work. I might have to try that before I run out of ammo so that I've got a way to deal with them if I start getting hurt. Scrapyard pretty much means no manufacturing, yeah. It's a very different way to play. I'm going to check out this one. It's only 2Ks, and it's not backwards, it's just directly alongside. I unintentionally added spiders to this. I didn't realize Arcadia had spiders. That looks like it could be a helicopter. What will this have? Anything I can grab quickly. It's got to be quick. Is that a medium cargo? No, that's an engine. Could I get the engine out? Do I need to get the engine out? No, I don't need to get the engine out. I need to get the power cell out of the engine. And the large steel tubes out of it too. Thanks, Shaggy. Thank you so much for 40 months. Thank you very much. Come on, come on. Those in there. Any other good bits? There might be something in here. Computers are handy always. Oh, expired slop. Give me the spider, give me the spider. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's all the good stuff. Unless there's something in a seat, which I doubt. No. Alright. Blood steel tubes. Nice. Okay, I think I got all the good stuff. Oh, grid unfriendly. Really? Can I control my wheel settings? I mean, I can. There's a cheesy way to do it. So I think if I grab them all, it does it. But maybe not. Now that it's built up. When it was not constructed, I might have been able to. Oh dear. James, all of my streams go to my Flipsy YouTube channel. They typically go up the same day that I do it, but if I ever do 2 games in one stream, then the one game will go up that first day, and the next one will go up the next day I haven't streamed. So for today, I'm going to be doing 2 games. This for the first part of the stream, and then I'm playing some spacecraft later. The spacecraft bit will go up not tomorrow because I'll be streaming tomorrow, but on Monday because I don't stream that day. Or I won't this week. Because I don't release 2 VODs on the same day on YouTube because that does not go well with the way YouTube works. Whee! Let's get some speed. Where's that one? No, that's 2 off from where I'm needing to head. So west is still pretty much dead on to the sun, but it is a little bit better maybe. You've got good health, eat the expired slop next time. Oh yeah, because it does fill you up, it just hurts you, doesn't it? So it shouldn't kill me. Yeah, I could probably let my food get down really low and try it. Very safe placement for a solar panel. Yep. Only the safest in Scrapyard. So it's always the way. Yeah, it seems like traveling at 50-ish meters a second is enough that I'm making decent headway on the sun. If I stop trying to head north, I'll probably make it more difference more quickly. It is north. Yeah, keep heading north. Can't we just build a good old Minecraft dirt house to avoid the night? Yeah, me cat. If only space engineers lightning obeyed voxels, huh? Oh, look at that. Perfection. Basically straight ahead. That's what we like to see. And Enra, my actual setup of Scrapyard is not going to include the Afraid of the Dark mod. That's just for me to have fun with. If people want to play with that, they can, but I'm not going to be publishing the scenario with that. That's not... That's just part of me having some fun. And if people like the idea, they can absolutely add it themselves, but I'm not going to... I'm not going to force people to go nomad. What? What do we have here? Ah, it's just a piece of pipe. Is there anything of use in that? No. Alright, on we go. Yeah, I'm not picking up plate. Normally, playing Scrapyard, I would pick up most things and just take them back to base where I could then dump them. But because I don't have the ability to dump things, I don't want to pick up components that are just empty mass, like steel plates, interior plates, and lots of construction components. Now, we're in greener grass. Is there fruit here? I've definitely traveled north to have found this, I reckon. I reckon. Yep, that's perfectly cromulent English. I must have traveled far from the equator to have this sort of terrain. That's what I was trying to say. So my hope was that this sort of terrain might give me fruit, because fruit's edible directly. Thanks, Cloud. Thank you for the Prime sub. Well, grain and vegetables are less useful than fruit because they need to be cooked. Whereas fruit you can just eat. That's why I was hoping for fruit. Oh. That is also a thing. I'm going to want to get to the trade station while there's plenty of daylight so I can do some missions there and buy some food. And because I'm going to be sort of tied to its location, I'm going to need to have plenty of time there when I get there. So I don't want to, like, be riding the sunset as I arrive. Because then I won't get to spend much time there and make any money. Yeah. I don't have an O2H2 gen. Haven't found one. So even if I found ice, it would have no value for me. The trade stations do have safe zones, but safe zones don't protect you from the weather. Or at least they don't protect the character from it. And I wouldn't just hide out at a safe zone. Unless I feel like that's an amusing thing to do for for a little bit. Thanks, James. Thank you for the Prime sub. Okay, terrain. What are you doing? And what should I be doing? Should I be going this way? Possibly this way. Yes, vanilla magical H2 in this, yes. I don't really see it as a problem. In certain settings. Oh, I need to move that gyro. Alright, I'm going to press this and pause the game. And I will be right back. I'm going to take a quick bio break. I'll be back in a minute. As you get to listen to the lovely rover sounds. That's not fun. Let's have some gentle music. I am back. Had to quickly run inside and let Toby actually explain to me about his helmet and show off the cool things, because he got all shy when I spoke to him before. Thank you, Night Hunter. Thank you for 9 months. And thank you, Totally British Gamer, for the Prime sub. Giving Black Sheep the mic when I go on Be Right Back. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a fair bit of a troll in Black Sheep. I don't know what he'd get up to. Oh, no, not the puns. Not a Be Right Black Sheep. You know it would not be boring. There is that. That's a valid point. Oh! Oh! Okay. That was a jump. That was quite the jump. Also, look at the length of my shadow! It's getting better! Making serious headway now. I saw a signal, but I don't know which direction it was. Let's keep powering on for a little bit longer and pick up the next one. Wow, high scores from the judges, NukiWorld. Didn't think my landing was that good. For a planet that is very drivable, I quite like the mountains that it's got. I'd probably be happier with, happy even if it had bigger mountain ranges that you had to drive around and that felt like they were kind of forcing you to go in particular directions, but that's pretty cool. Thank you, Federal. Thank you for the 300 bits for the airtime. Yep, thank you. And thank you, Belnick. Thank you for the 300 rainbow unicorns. Thank you both. You mean for looking at, not driving over? Yeah, I think they're nice for looking at, and it could have been cool if they ran more north-south, so I was having to drive around more of them. Because that'd create some deviations that I'd be forced to do. Although I have had to deviate a bit, so maybe it's just that I've gotten lucky and picked the right path. Ooh, that was a bit of air. Oh, thank you, Totally British Gamer. Thank you for the 500 as well. Thank you very much. Oh! Okay. Maybe 50 to 60 meters a second is a bit quick, but it's holding up for the moment, so I'm going to keep doing it, because that shadow is getting shorter. Like, that shadow is way less than the full vehicle length now. Which means we should have some time to do some scrapping. Well, speaking of Capac, did anyone else notice that the timeline for Space Engineers 2 multiplayer? Did anyone notice what the timeline said? No, that's way too far back. Because it said late 2026. And I gotta play my first co-op of Space Engineers 2 with just Capac, right? That's how it's gotta be. And that makes me even more interested in playing some single player in the interim, so that I have a clearer, better grasp of the game before Distraction, the captain of Distraction comes along. Distraction, Amaru. Tufty, I've always got to know more than Capac when I play something because he never tells me anything. I have to figure it all out myself. So I need to know, because he'll never tell me. Trailers really do help with airtime. Thanks, Night Hunter. Nothing better than watching this after moving 1.5 tons down from the second. 1.5 tons? That's... What do you own that's so heavy? How long do you reckon before SE2 could support a wrong way type series? No idea, really. We need the mods to put all of the resources on the one planet rather than having you forced to go to space so quickly. But with that mod and functional small group multiplayer, I don't see what would stop it. I'm really hoping something will spawn in front of me. Maybe I'm going too quickly though. That is possible. I'm kind of deliberately going fast because I'm actually now getting closer to the trade station. Oh, that's going to be a bad landing. Yep. Yep. I don't think we lost anything important. Nope. That was fine. That was totally fine. Totally fine. Oh. Alright. 25 food remaining. I'll let that get really low before I chew down on the expired slop. See where my next spawn appears. There we go. How do you know the weight of all the things you own? Had it been on a truck or something? I wouldn't have a clue what all the stuff, all the furniture I own weighs. This is not an 80s action series. I mean... You sure? Oh. Oh. There's a crane. wonder what it has. I have made custom trade stations with custom missions and custom stores that fit with Scrapyard. It's all custom. Do they have safe zones? Yes. They're spawned as vanilla trade stations. They are actually vanilla replacers. That's a container in that one. I don't have time to climb the ladder. So I'm gonna have to chop that down. Let's just check what's in here first. What's up top? Nothing. Some computers and motors, nice. And nothing. Ooh, locker. Do you have anything? You have... Ah, fruit bar, nice. Okay, how to do a controlled demolition of this? If I chop that panel off, and then I put that on that side, it'll fall towards my truck, but if I put it on this side, maybe that'll encourage it to fall the other way? I do something like this? Oh, actually even better if I do this as well. Everybody ready for this one? This is gonna be something terrifying. Because I have no means to get clear. Oh?
Inventory full.
No.
Inventory full.
Oh no! I gotta get to the truck! Ah! Oh, down it goes! Spiders, you're making it very hard for me to watch my controlled demolition. How rude. Okay, let's see how that ended up. Did the cockpit survive? Yes, excellent. That's what I was hopeful of. And whatever it was that was at the end of the crane got destroyed, which is pretty much what I expected. Okay, glad I didn't climb up this one. Yep, it's that crane. Now I can bring the rover over. Oh boy. I may put some more traps in more things. Because that is kind of funny. I don't want large steel tubes in the other ones. Don't have any more room in that, do I? Okay. Need more storage. Jittering storage. That makes you feel great, doesn't it? I didn't have a look what was in this hole, if anything interesting remained. No. Nothing interesting remained. Let's chop this down so I can get to the cockpit. Yeah. Don't you squish me. Come on. Let me get that. I just want to cut this off. Thank you. Metal grids.
Inventory full.
And that's what I wanted. And we get that, and that. Hooray!
Inventory
Now I can grind more aggressively.
Inventory full.
No, unlike the Dutch, we haven't eaten one of our prime ministers. Oh. Oh. That's gonna be a problem. Gigger. Just gonna be slapping these on everywhere, I think. Yes, I know, 14 food. Just so you know, he was very tasty, okay? Yeah.
Inventory full.
I know I've got some stuff in storage that I probably don't need in there, like scrap.
Inventory full.
I'm a little bit disappointed that I haven't found any cargo yet. I was kind of hoping I'd have at least found a medium cargo by this point. But I'm happy I found a crane. Because they're always fun to chop down. It's fun being able to make a mess, drive off and be like, meh, not my problem. Would a level 3 grinder be good enough to defeat the spiders? Maybe. Maybe. That is part of why I was hoping to get it. Oh, more large steel tubes. I can do some more wheel upgrades now. Oh, and more food. Nice. Very nice. I'll go see if I can find another scrap spot, and at the next one I'm going to try and finish off that tank on the back. Hey, Lang. Welcome, raiders. How is Star Miner? Have I repaired my gyro? I haven't. That's probably a good thing to do. What's my gyro? Oh wait, did I get... I got rid of the gyro. I don't have one. Oh no, I didn't get rid of it. I was thinking about getting rid of it. I didn't. Let's fix that. There we are. We have a gyroscope now. That's totally going to make me perfectly safe. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Could there be food stashed in the unowned storage on the red truck? Yes. Yes, they could. Just did the tutorial. Seems fun, but I'm still getting used to the controls. Some people have said that the controls are similar to Kerbal Space Program for those who are familiar with it. And other people, most of the Steam reviews have said, the controls suck, the controls suck, the controls suck. I'm getting the impression that it might be one of those games that might need to review its advertising copy to see whether some of it is making players expect it to be something that it isn't. They're flight sim controls. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, CFC. The thing I've been working on most of this week has been making Scrapyard trade stations, where you can do Scrapyard missions and Scrapyard search contracts and buy and sell stuff to the station. Is that one too much of deviation? Yeah, that's going to be on the other side of those hills. Have to wait for another option. Now chat, which way does this go? The gyro makes things safer, or the gyro makes Splitsy drive more recklessly and crash anyway? First one, then the other. We don't have a Mickey's scrap, but I'll save what's on the station until you guys actually see it. I had some fun with designing the station. Oh, and... Oops. The Scrapyard stations do not have services terminals. Because services terminals would completely destroy the Scrapyard scenario, so they are not an option. They will not be there. I will not ever be including them. So you won't be selling your scrap, you won't be, doing any of that sort of stuff. Because the repair function is just way too OP. Any semblance of scrap balance? I am getting very hungry, I know. I know, game. I'm gonna eat something that I shouldn't eat soon. In fact, I probably can now. It's usually like 90% fill for those things. Thanks, Orion. Thank you for the Prime sub. Can I get to that one? How far is that backwards? It's gonna make me go all the way around the mountain. I really don't want to. Oh, did I miss some fruit? I did find food, I know. I'm still gonna eat the expired slop though. Waste not, want not. Here we go. Ow. Ow. Oh no, it's worse. It's worse. Uh-oh.
Low health.
Uh-oh. 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 How long do I have to be hurt for until this wears off so I can eat something else? Because I need to eat something else to get my food back up so I don't die of starvation. Oh dear. Oh no, and spiders, you're right. Spider could show up. No. Ah. There we go. There we go. Phew. Well, got away with that one. I will not be eating any more expired slop. No, Wolfie, there's a timeout on consumables, so you can't eat too frequently, so there'll be a timer set for the expired slop. Beyond getting your health above 70, there's also that. That doesn't add up. Chat is never wrong. Unless chat was misleading me on purpose. I thought there was a chance element with this expired slop. But maybe it's the Clang Crunchies that I was thinking of. That give you back lots of food. Fruit bars, meal pack. Oh, here we go. These are the ones. These are the unknown ones. They're the chancy ones. I'll leave it a little bit longer before I chance one of them. Oof. It's kind of like pressing P. Yeah, sometimes it can go, alright, I'm going to that one. If I can slow down enough to turn safely. Can I eat the spiders? No, because it's not cooked. So, yeah, it's just bad. So what do you guys think? Do you think spider and wolf meat should be cookable in the survival kit? As part of Scrapyard? I'm thinking yes. Yeah, I'm thinking only the meat. See, oh, I see warehouse and surrounding buildings. Thanks, Talazin. Thank you for 52 months. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's check out this warehouse first. Ah. Ah. Ah, nuts. I hate that I know that somewhere in these stacks of shelves there are some power cells, but I don't remember where. And I don't have the time to find them. I don't think they're worth searching for. And they're not in the lower... I think they're in the higher ones. It's been so long since I did these things that I don't remember. Pretty sure none of the ground height ones are... Yeah, they're all shelf 1. Poop. Alright, so there's not much actually useful here. But we might be able to get this little guy repaired. Are all the assets in Scrapyard built by me? They are a mixture of things built from scratch by me and submissions from other people that have been modified to suit Scrapyard. Oh, I'm out of here. Oh, goodbye to that spider. Oh, I killed it! And the other one's way over there in the grass. You can see it slowly moving towards me. Oh, this one has conveyor tubes. Should I bother about the motors? No. No, I gotta go. There's no value staying there. The build state does reveal the amount of materials in it, and I would have to climb up to find them, which means cutting them down, and that's just too much time spent. I gotta be conscious of how long things take. Also conscious of the fact that I'm down to 3 hours of power. That could be an issue. Got the hydrogen tank functional now. I could try and stop and fix up the engine at the next scrap. See if I can hook it up so that I can at least get any fuel and pipe it through. The other thing that might be useful for me would be to build a pair of connectors to be able to siphon off those little hydrogen tanks. Because having mini connectors is going to make siphoning those tanks so much better than it used to be. What's needed for the solar panel? Solar cells. A bunch of them. How far to that station? Just 95 kilometers. If I could fly directly through the planet, so it's a lot further than that. In actuality, oh, 7K. Ooh. Speaking of terrain I have to avoid, that's a cliff. That is not a hole I would have survived. That is a cool bit of terrain, though. Huh. How many large steel tubes do I have? Oh. 0. Oh, wait. I'm not seeing the containers on the other part of the truck. Do I have a video on doing trailers? I mean, I set one up at the start of this that's functional. I think the key part is just keep in mind that trailers that use a gooseneck hitch are much more stable. That's why semi-trailers use them. Yeah, there were some bits. I need to hack the trailer. That's what I need to do. Yeah, Survivor, maybe I built a pretty good hitch that was built before we had hinges. The gooseneck hitch I built with those rotors was, I think, pretty tidy and very stable. Ooh, 70 meters a second. That's maybe a touch quick. You know what? I'm just stopping. I'm gonna do some hacking. What don't I own on this? Probably not the engine. Not that cargo container. I won't own that hydrogen tank. Oh. Man. Or that one. Now do I own enough to see things? There's a gyroscope. Oh, I have to hack the big tank. I didn't actually hack it. Oh, and there are a ton of small batteries. Huh. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I might have to switch over to connector storage. Oh, I don't wanna. I feel cheesy using connector storage. I want to use proper storage. I want to find some. Oh. Oh, I'm not gonna get to that. Give me some scrap I can use. The wheat grinder on my hotbar is only for batteries. I don't use it for anything else. Does anyone else fear for that solar panel? Well, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. I could move it onto the trailer, I suppose. But I want to get that battery merged in, and I want to get, like, that's where I'm going to be putting some... Yes! Ahead of me! Come on, be something good! It's got tree finder written all over it. Yeah. I think it's more, trench digger? That's what I think it's got written on it. As in, I'll go across I'll tilt a little too far to the left over a little hill, and it'll just dig a hole. I think I gotta get around this bit, and it'll be on the other side. That tree just deceived me. We got a small grid summon. We got a plane. What do you have? Hydrogen engine. Heat vent has a large steel tube. There's a hydrogen tank in here. Does the tank have anything? Control panel. It is full. Excellent. Alright, we're taking that. Was there a thruster in this? There's a gyro. What else? Don't think this one has a thruster. I certainly can't see one anywhere. Unless there's one in the back here. Nope. There's an exhaust. Oh no, there are power thrusters here. In the wing. I don't know what I'm going to do with thrusters yet. That I'm not sure what to do with. Just because I don't have the power to drive, so I really don't have the power to fly. Yeah, that worked. Good. Let's get rid of this exhaust. Clear off a bit of the space up here, and I'll lock down a few extra things. Oh no! My mouse got stuck, and I just grinded down the whole thing. Oh. Should probably eat. Got overconfident with my grinding. Actually, does this small hydrogen tank even have anything in it? Oh, it did. Oops. Let's turn the engine on and start burning that. I lost a little bit. Boost speed on the rover. Do I need boost speed on the rover? Is that something I need? Not sure that's the thing I need. Okay, and let's put a conveyor converter in here. Just should be able to find the parts for somewhere. Emergency gliding. Oh. With a trailer? I don't know. I don't think that's very likely. Ah. Should be able to hack those batteries. At some point. Not now. Let's get some landing gear up the top here. Okay, gyroscope. Let's go. Oh. Oh no! Ah! Ow. I think I'm doing damage to it because I'm getting the green blood. Oh no, there are more of them. Ow.
Low health.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Used half as many bullets as I would have had to. I have 13 rounds remaining. The next time I meet those guys, I'm gonna actually have to grind them to kill them. boy. It's gonna hurt. Can you jump on the spider's back and grind it? Pretty sure no. Pretty sure that's not possible. Alrighty, you. We need a connector on you. And I need a little connector somewhere here. Mag strength. Up. Mag strength. Up. There we go. And big tank. Stockpile on. At some point, I'll hook those up so that can drain out. Is there a small grid grinder? Not yet, but I do plan on adding small grid tools to be found a bit more freely because I've blocked the ability to build any grid tools. So, I feel like I need to provide them now. There we go. That should drain that tank. Should have. Why you no drain? Oh. Where is this disconnected? What? Did I not finish the thing? Huh? Can anyone understand this? Yeah, we'll paint it not in heavy rust so that it's clearer what's happening here. Painting it fixed it? It's still not stockpiling it though. Okay, now it is. Excellent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place this one on the side here, so I've always got access easily to the components I need for the connector for whenever I find another one of those tanks. Yeah. Not a bad little haul on that one. Spent possibly a little too long there, but not bad overall. Gotta spray your conveyors down with some WD-40, yep. And some rust remover. Bunch of things. I don't think I've ever used painting as a fix for a thing. In my 7,500 hours, I'm pretty sure I've never intentionally used painting as a way to fix things. It makes sense given what I know about the game that it does work, but it's not something I've ever considered doing. or that I've noticed fixing an issue before either. Still learning even now. Yep. Especially with how much Keen have been changing the game in the last year. They've done a lot of changes. The game, like with Economy 2, big meaningful changes, especially the fact that I can now mod economy stuff. It doesn't require someone who's like able to write C# and do fancy things that replace it entirely. I can mod it. Like, that's a huge change that I don't think we've seen people capitalize on much yet, but I'm hopeful we'll see more mods come out that add to the economy side of things to make it more interesting. How does it make sense for those of us with rather less than 700? So the reason that painting it makes some sense is that it forces a grid update because you've changed that block, and it forces that block to be updated in a way that seems to be more significant than just changing a setting on the block. Whoa! Well, something invisible just hit. I have no idea what. Yeah, Keen have done some good work on getting SE to feel more alive in the past year or so. And it seems like they're continuing on that path, which is great. I'm hopeful. My levels of hope for SE2 are improving as well. I'm obviously worried that they've shot themselves in the foot by doing their big release when the game was a bit too bare bones for most people to get a lot of fun out of it. But I'm hopeful for what they've got coming. That it'll be fun for me at least. Ooh. There we go, let's head that way. Have I looked at the latest 7 Days to Die update? No. Because 7 Days to Die is a looter shooter, not a survival crafter, so it's not really my thing no more. Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do some SE2 play in solo once they've got wheels. Oh, more pipe! It's the worst. Well, actually, it's not the worst. The worst is... Oh, floating pipe too. The worst thing, the most useless... I'm not going to do that because I'm parked downhill from that. That is not a smart place to park. No, we're not going to have an alternate reality part of the end of the stream where the night catches me. No. No, 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 no. Oh, there really wasn't anything worth grabbing there. At all. But... Oh, there's something else up ahead. 250 meters. Is that just more pipe? It'll probably be more pipe, but... Might be a better pipe section. Or, no, it's not more pipe. It's more jalopy. More jalopy with some thrusters. Don't know how useful that actually is. That is 5 thrusters that I've collected now, though. If only I had the power to operate them. I am going to wrap up my SE part of the stream here. Because I think this is a good spot to park. And be ready to go for the next stream, which is going to be tomorrow! for more space engineers. And right now I'm going to be switching over to play some spacecraft, with which I've been sponsored to do, and they'll be giving away some spacecraft keys during the stream. I need to do some prepping to switch over, and I need to take a quick bio break. Also, tomorrow I'll be giving details of the build stuff for SE for the Scrapyard. I'll do that at some point during the stream, give the details of what I want you guys to see, what I suggest you can build, and see if we can get more cool stuff to find in Scrapyard. Because that's what I want to do. I want to really bulk out the number of builds in it and integrate more of the economy stuff. But yeah, we'll be switching over to spacecraft now for a few hours. So let's stop the recorder for this part of the VOD.